Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the all-new Dainese Razon 2 perforated leather jacket. Now, the Razon within Dainese's line has been a perennial favorite for anybody out there that wanted to combine sporty options, sporty cut, with a vintage look to it in an all blacked out chassis. The Razon was extremely popular, and Dainese is updating a few key features about it and coming out with the new Razon 2. This is going to use a full cowhide main construction with plenty of perforation and an increased amount of stretch just for that comfort for all day riding. And you're also getting an update to the CE abrasion certification as well as the armor, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But this is going to be a solid option for anybody looking for that all blacked out option from Dainese for summer riding. This is going to be aimed at hot weather out there. It's going to flow a ton of air through and be comfortable in the aggressive sport or cafe riding positions. But before I get too long-winded on the features, let's talk about the overall fit. I have Spurgeon on my left. He's 6'3", 220 pounds with a 44-inch chest. He's actually currently wearing a size 54. He'd be between a 54 and a 56. If you're looking at the size chart, a little bit closer to a 56. But if you're looking for a sportier cut, you can go down a size. If you're looking for something a little bit more relaxed, you can go with that true to size chart recommendation. Use your chest measurement, reference that size chart, and you should be all set. But again, if you're looking for a little bit more of an aggressive fit, as Spurgeon is on my left, you can go down one full size, especially if you're sitting between those two sizes. $530 for the overall jacket. That's going to be $30 more than the last edition. 44 to size 60 are available, and it comes in, again, like I said before, one colorway, all black. Starting at the top and working our way down, you do have a single snap collar with an inch and a half leather at the top. There's no snapback for the system. Dainese, if you're listening, at this point, most riders are looking for some sort of way to hold the collar back and open. Just allows a little bit more airflow to go through, so just keep that in mind. Perforated leather up by the collarbone, and then we work our way down the bicep. You're going to notice it's going to be a full cowhide outer sleeve with a full stretch interior, and they actually increased the amount of stretch down at the crook of the elbow, which I really dig. I think adding that extra stretch in there just helps it flex a little bit easier while keeping the main zone, which is this outer sleeve, protected should you go down. But at the outer shoulder as well as the elbow, you are getting Dainese CE Level 1 Pro Armor right at the outer sleeve and down there at the elbow. You get that for added impact protection to accompany that CE Level A abrasion resistance that the entire cowhide is bringing to the equation. At $530, I'd love to see it be CE AA, but I'm not too upset with the A rating just because this is going for an overall aesthetic instead of, maximum performance and the other options that Dainese has out there in their line. Coming down the upper chest, again, I mentioned it before, you have localized perf up at the two upper sections and all perforation running down the full torso. Now that does replace the two slash vents that they used to have on the older model, but I'm not upset about that because they increased the overall perf running down the entire front to help get that hot air out of the jacket by getting some cool air in the front. Two hand warmer pockets as well as a YKK zipper accompany the front. If you go ahead and turn to the side, we can give them a good glimpse at the side. One thing I want to point out, you do have perforation at the armpit area, localized perf down here, and then this microelastic from the shoulder blade tucks in under the armpit as well, just helping get a little bit more in that aggressive riding position with some more perforation running down the side, and then a two-position snap adjuster at the lower hem. You go ahead and turn to the back for me. Really dig this back style on this jacket just because it isn't perforated down the entire back. I would have loved to see maybe a little bit of an exhaust vent, but I dig this stitched demon logo from Dainese. I really dig the overall look to it. It's not accompanied by any other branding or anything like that. Just the demon logo with a little bit of foam underneath. I think it looks pretty rad. And of course, underneath there, you do have a pocket to add a back protector, which we always recommend. Just keep that in mind. You're going to want to bring that to the table or buy it as well when you're picking up this jacket. It does not come with one. Drop seat in the back, and Spurge, go ahead and face front for me, unzip, and let's show them the interior of this jacket. The interior is gonna really take what we saw on the exterior with a lot of perforation vent holes and combine that with mesh on the inside to help move that air around. You do get some stash pockets, you do get a Napoleon pocket, as well as belt loops at the rear should you wanna connect this up to a set of riding pants. But I really dig the overall simplicity on the interior. Again, just bring your own back protector so you can add that into the equation. You go ahead and zip that up. But there you have it. That's the Razon 2. Again, the Razon 1 was extremely popular, was a really all blacked out mix of sport and vintage. I think Dainese hit the nail on the head with the overall styling. I'd just love to see a couple of things like the updated CE AA abrasion would be nice, and maybe some adjusters at the bicep as well as the forearm just to help hone in the overall fit. But if you have any other questions about the Razon 2, go ahead and click that info button. That's going to take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about the new Razon 2. And if you still have questions after that, or if you want to talk over sizing or which one's right for you within Dainese's line, give our customer service team a call. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining Spurgeon and I and checking out the all-new Dainese Razon 2 perforated jacket. I'm Pat, and I'll see you in the next video.